Hello guys, what is up? It's Totalxclipse here with another video in Hydroneer. This time we're going to be doing a guide on how to set up basic automation in Hydroneer in order for you to passively generate gold and iron and rubies as well as power shards where you go about doing your own thing. Now this is a simple guide and we're going to develop it as we progress through the game with newer, better or more efficient miners. So if you do enjoy this video, please do drop a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, let's jump into it. So when it comes to actually buying the structures you need for this factory, assuming you already have the tools, the structures that you will need are the ram drill for collecting the pay dirt. You'll then need the harvester for actually cleaning it and giving us those minerals. And then we also need 2 straight conveyors, 2 elevator conveyors like the sloped ones. We'll need 2 splitters as a bare minimum, 1 pan, 2 crucibles, as well as 12 or more foundations and an angular wall. Though I won't covering piping in this price, I will include 2 other parts of the pipes that you will need. So the first one is a filter to reduce the amount of damage your automation, your little mine's going to take, and thus save you some money, as well as a pressurized tank for improving performance when you have those power shards. The only thing that you need to bear in mind is you are going to have to pay, I'd say, between 200 and 400 for extra piping as well to route it around your factory, which we can't go into detail simply because it depends entirely where you base your factory and how you route the items. So I can't really go into detail with that. So we're looking at between 3,100 gold coins to about 3,300 in order to pull this off, if you already have the other tools, which isn't bad going. Now, we are going to get our hands dirty and hopefully by the end of this start rolling in some of that fine shimmering gold. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is place your water outlet. This is going to dictate roughly where you're going to place your first item, which should be the drill, which is not that one, it's this one. So we're going to place it right in the middle, and you can see that we have this water pipe entrance. You're going to want that connected. This is where you're going to be mining. I'm not going to turn it on, but this is where you're going to receive the pay dirt. Next, you're going to want to place down one of these. Now notice I have dug this out a little bit. I've used a pickaxe. You do not necessarily need to do this, but I do it whilst I'm building rather than beforehand. So you're going to want to place this facing to the right, not that way, but this way. You see how it's now going to flow this way. So the idea is that the ore is going onto here, and then it's going to go up using an elevated conveyor to the top, where it's now going to feed into a harvester, like so. Now this is the very basic setup. So from here you're going to have the ore spit up, go up the conveyor, and after a few rounds of rocks it's going to fall into here, where it's going to spit out, hopefully, some gold, iron and other minerals. However, at this point you need another flat conveyor. Now if you place it up here, there's an issue in that, I'll show you. If you place it there, there's an issue because the ore either gets shot out to the opposite side, or we have the ore falling between the gaps just there. One important thing to note is that you know which way it's going. I can tell that by the little one of these, the valves, that this is going to be flowing that way. So if we turn it on just very quickly, just by closing that. Oh, this is broken. But you can see that it's all flowing this way. I should also mention you're going to want a pressurized tank and then the filters like we've bought already. You may want to purchase more. This is just a basic setup, but if you want to increase its efficiency, then you are going to need more of these. And if you want to stop them from getting damaged regularly, you're going to want one of these. To repair damage, you're going to need spanners or a toolbox, and just use it on the broken item. They are quite expensive, but trust me, it is worth it. So here you can see we have our first piece of rock going up here. What we're going to need at this point is the next conveyor. Now this is going to move the items up to a splitter. This one is the gold one. You can select what you want. You want a minimum of 2 splitters simply because you have 2 items that are smelted. So we have those 2 crucibles there. You've got a gold ore splitter and an iron ore. So I'm going to place the first gold ore one down, and you're going to want the dial on the opposite side, like so. Okay, that's connected to gold. Right, next one is going to be iron, and we're going to place that next to there. We have here the pipes flowing this direct. So here we have the pipes flowing in this direction. You may want to put a cork in these to stop water flowing out. Same with this side. That's also going to stop it sounding so annoying. But unfortunately, due to the pipe positionings on the inlets and the outlets, it makes it very difficult to do a different system to this. Right. Next, we're going to need... Ooh, we've already got quite far. We're going to need some foundations. So you're going to want foundations on the 3 sides that the splitter is outputting to. So we have the gold coming out this side, the iron ore this side, and we also have the gems and the power shards coming out this side. From here, the next thing that we're going to need is some more foundations over here. Now the reason is this can shoot the ore out at quite an extraordinary rate, and sometimes it just overshoots. Also, I would recommend having a foundation on the bottom where possible as well, as sometimes it falls out. And you can always purchase more foundations if you need. In fact, I recommend purchasing more. But this is just the bare minimum. We're also going to place one here. You may want to place one over this as well to give you the best coverage. Also place that there. And we're also going to grab this angular wall. Now the reason for this is just to help stop items getting caught. You will still find some items being caught on this, but it does actually help from what I understand. There we go. Sometimes you will get some gold and iron stuck there, but it saves it going out through the side here and just overspilling, generally speaking, into the gold ore. For this, I mean, might be a good idea to place it on the bottom, but I think we're going to be okay. So either you'd place it here or on the one below, or up above here would also be a good one. Next, we're going to place our crucibles. So we already have a gold crucible here, and we also have the iron one. And you want to place them as directly in front as possible to give you the best coverage in terms of where the iron's coming out or the gold. Yeah, that should be fine. And the next thing, you want to place your pan. Now we haven't, oh, sugar lumps. Now we haven't bought any corks, but again, that is entirely optional, and I do recommend it. So now that this is set up, it should work. We're just going to hammer everything in place so that it doesn't fall out. Perfect, let's get this running and you can see how well it performs. As an example, you can see that the gold's gone up there and it's all gone in the Crucible. But what we're going to do here, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to remove this and just check that this is running. So if we grab the hammer, there we go. Then just replace. That was not intentional. Right, so that's now running and we need to grab our gold back. Now, one thing that I will mention is it might be ideal to place some more foundations around the side. But usually it takes 3 to 4 rocks for it to come out. But as you can see, it's now running on its own accord. We'll let it run a little longer. So the last thing that I wanted to do was quickly see how much money we could make in 5 minutes from this setup. And after smelting all the gold and iron ingots, as well as cutting the emeralds and sapphires that we made, we managed to make a total of 449 gold in 5 minutes, which isn't bad considering we'd get a return on our investment after about 35 minutes, with the exception of the amount of repairs needing to be made, which is probably about one every 10-15 minutes. So, with that said and done, we are going to further develop these guides in later videos, making these particular builds more efficient and bigger. So if that is something that interests you, do make sure to subscribe. And if you actually enjoyed this video and found it helpful, then do make sure to drop a thumbs up as well, so that I keep doing these guides. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, until next time, ciao for now.